Is that it? There we go. Okay, so hello everybody. Welcome to this wee live stream on St. Patrick's Day. Just wanted to do this for you all here. So I've got a day off from work, which is great. So I decided to spend today, rather than drinking and so forth, I thought I would just do some work on Ffarquhar, and these are just some upgrades which I'm currently trying to do. So at the moment here, this is the which side of the board is this? So we're looking at the underside of the station side of the board, and this is just all where most of all the electrics are all stationed. So what I'm doing here now is that I'm currently adding some new point motors to areas where the signals are located. So originally the signals were operated using the ratio string lever method. So they used to be on these strings here. They used to be like a wee lever set. Used to be at the very end, but unfortunately these levers have now become a bit brittle because they're just made out of solid plastic here. So I decided to try and see about maybe replacing these and see about fitting them with point motors instead. Now, I have checked with this with Pico to see if this works or not. Sorry, just come over a sec here. We've got somebody at the door here. Wait a sec. Right, sorry about this guys here. I'll just be a wee bit more longer here because it's just something I had to sort out here with the dad here. So he's just looking something to sort out here. So just bear with me for a wee minute and I'll be right back. Oh, right. Let's get this back on the shit on the road. I was about to say. Anyway, sorry I was gone for a while, guys. Right, where was I at? Right, so as I was saying, I was busy installing these new point motors here. So I checked this, as I said there earlier, I was checking these with Pico to see if this was possible to work, and to say, you know, what's the best way to go about it. They suggested of using these three things. These are the Pico PL12 adaptive base. So that's what they look like there. Okay. So they're very much similar to the PL9, where if you have like an extended rod point motors here, you have these replaced fixed underneath the board, and they just screw underneath the board themselves. This one has a wee rod going on here, but you can also get the Pico sell two versions of this here. You have the PL12 and you have the PL12X. Make sure you get the one that doesn't have the X with it here, because the reason why is that the PL12 has a fixed spring installed in here. So this is only so if you have turnouts that don't have a locking spring built inside them, then this will be the best way to help you get your points or turnouts to stay fixed in the position you want them to go to. So this works well for signals, as I said that Pico told me, and because of the springlet here, it's able to hold the signal in the position. So the idea is now is to here's one I've set up earlier. So I have to get these point motors onto a rig like that there, this setup here. And I'm sorry I can't show you, the signal's all the way over here at the moment, so I can't get my camera any closer to here, because first of all, there's a sofa right on the other side of this here, which I can't move the camera over to, and if I move it around to here, I'm going to be in the way of the camera anyway, so you guys won't be able to see what it is I'm doing. But I could try maybe, but like I said, it might not be possible to get a good view. So where I'm positioning the camera here now, that's the best viewpoint I can give you. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on right now, and I have to try and get this here sorted out here before April, really, because Ffarquhar is taking part in the North Down Model Railway show again, and I really want to make sure that this layout is actually running properly, like efficiently, with no issues. There was some little hiccups at the Cultural show, which is, you know, it does happen. It's just because I didn't have much time to work on the layout. I took as much time as I could from work, but just wasn't enough time really to get everything sorted out. But yeah, there were a few hiccups on the day of the Cultural show, which has been noted down. I asked the guys who were helping me to write down any faults that occurred on the layout in a wee book, and I would go through each of them and see about getting them fixed. But the most common one was basically the signals and Annie and Clarabelle derailing. So that's another thing I need to get sorted out, which is Annie and Clarabelle's models. So either I repair the ones I have now, or make new ones. It has been on the cards to try and make new ones, but I don't know. The shows that are coming up right now, it's just I just don't always have the time to get them made. But I will definitely see about getting some new models when Incredible made. But it's just like I said, just getting the time to do it. Oops. Did I set that up last time? Alright, so is it that way or is it that way? Oh, it's that way. Okay. You will notice here as well here that I'm using gauge master point motors because unlike the Pico ones, so you don't actually have to do a lot of soldering with these ones here, because basically you have a little screw-in terminal right here, and that just saves me a lot of time of getting the soldering iron out. I will need a soldering iron for the switch panel, which will be at the other end of this board. That should be, yeah, that's it. And I just need to twist these wee prongs here to hold the motor in place. Now it's actually my first time using gauge master point motors, so this will be a new experience for me. So just need to see how this all goes. Oops. Okay. Right, so what's been happening so far in terms of, you know, me general model stuff out there? Right, let's see. Well, the main focus right now is miniature railway adventures, because I've been, for the last, is it 3 weeks or 4 weeks now? Yeah, 4 weeks now. I've been heavily focused on the animated pilot, so I've been working quite a lot on that with some friends. So they've been helping me out get some stories written up, and also seeing about various tips out there to sort out the animation pilot. I've been busy doing the character designs recently, so I've got the character design for Casey nearly done. Just doing his what they call the turnaround poses. So that way I actually have the character's rig facing in different directions. So if I need him to do, like, you know, a simple turnaround, it's already set ready for it, you know, like an action pose. As far as I know, the only thing that's left to be done on that character rig is just to do some mirror poses and get his facial features and his hands drawn up. But I can do that over the weekend. So that'll be his character rig done. I will be doing some tests as well with the rig. I did do a test last week. Was it last week or the week before? It might have been the week before. But I did do a test the week before on the character rig, just to see, like, you know, how it moves, how it progressed. You know, is it easy enough to work with? And so long as I have the certain limbs that I need to pose the character in, most notably the arms, because the arms are always the hardest one to get looking right, because the software I'm using, which is Moho, it has a tendency to kind of liquefy your character rig, if you know what I mean. So, but I want to have the character look more rigid, feel a bit more rigid, but with a bit of a, you know, slightly fluid movement to him. So after some trials and errors with some tests, I managed to get a structure for the rig in the way I want the character to move, and so that's progressing quite well. Set designs as well. That's also progressing quite well. I've got some sets that I want to try and make up, and I have a couple of stuffs arriving in the post to try and help me out with it. It's always been our intention to try and make this series as an animated one, because I just thought at the time, you know, would it be difficult for everybody to picture exactly what's going on in the stories. So that's why we decided to try and have the kind of pitch idea of making it animated. And now I work as an animator as my job, my freelance job. It's been giving me some good practice as to how to go about getting good character movement. So, but yeah, if you want to see examples of my animation work, you know, you've seen the stop motion animation I did called Some Assembly Required, which was a final year university project I did back in 2017. And there is some stories behind it on how it was made, and also how I was feeling during the time of making it. I can also say, like, the early days of 2017, like the first few months, up to about, when it would be, from from January till April or May, early May time. Yeah, from January to early May time in 2017, I was under a lot of stress, like massively amount of stress. So what you see of me now, it's just it's pretty much just my recovered form. But like back then, I was a completely different person. Because like I say, I was under a massive stress. I was pretty much the just the negative version of me. Really, I'd just be like on edge all the time. I'd be quite angry at times, depressed. I'd say it's probably it's the same. It happens to all university students, I'd say, um, but yeah, I was just so knackered with uh, with the course not there. But I was just like pushing myself to keep going, keep trying to get this thing done. But yeah, and then during the making of something required, I had a few meltdowns, like a few anger issues, or so it's just mostly just that in terms of like getting the thing to work. Sorry if you're hearing that buzzing there, I'm getting messages on my phone here, so just ignore it. But yeah, some assembly required. Got full marks. Got me a very good degree in animation work, so I'm glad of it. I'm glad of it. But also, if you want to see like examples of me, like with my animation work I did for TV and that there's a children's program which is now out on ITV. Check it out, called Happy the Hoglet, and I was involved as the one of the training animators for it. And so you have to try and have a guess to try and see which scenes I did, because it's a bit of a fun game actually. I remember when we were at the launching of the series. Actually, it was actually the day before, a couple of days before the cultural show. Actually, me and the other animators, we played a bit of a game to say who can guess who animated what scene or what shot, and we found this. Everybody found that to be quite fun to do, because you never knew exactly which animation was done by who. But it's just a matter of like seeing for yourselves, you know. Right, so what I'm doing right now here is I've got these point motors now fit onto the bases here. So I'm just going to position them around here. I'm going to tie them onto these little bits of cord here, which the signals are attached to. And so the signals have a small spring inside them, which will help set them to the positions they need to go to. And so it's just a matter of tying this onto the wee loop here at the end of this extension pole, and then just positioning the point motor in a section where it'd be able to work okay. Flick it back and forth to make sure it works okay, and if it does work, then I can mark it or just screw it down to the base, and then get it wired up. Right. I would check these messages here that are coming through here, but it'll be disrupting the live stream here, so I'll not bother. Right, okay. So it's been a while now since I was last at the Bangor show, which was back in 2018 actually. 2018 I'd say was a good year for me, because I would probably say it'd be my most productive year in terms of both writing for Pablo, Thomas, my own projects, Miniature Railway Adventures. In fact, Miniature Railway Adventures actually celebrated 10 years that year. This year it celebrates 15. So if you guys remember in the live stream I did before, we hope to have some new stuff coming your way regarding the series. Now, I might actually maybe have to raise this base up a bit here, but we'll just have to see here how it goes. Just put a bit on. Right, the signal in question here that I've attached this to, it actually has a loose arm. So I can't really test it just at the moment. I'll just take the other one here. Yeah. Yeah, some of these ones are actually all loose here, so I might have to maybe turn the board over again and maybe secure it, try and screw these on underneath here, but I'll just position them loosely here right now. I'll just tie them on here right now and just have them ready, because I know these will be dangling when these are fed on here, but I just can't help that. Sorry, can you guys hear me okay? I'm just saying I'm kind of mumbling as I go along here. Might not be able to see it. I won't be able to see your comments here, by the way, on the chat. But let's check this out. To be honest, I actually really do not know if this is going to work or not. If it doesn't work, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm sort of being not blue. I mean, some people would say, oh, can you not just get dapple signals? But no, it doesn't work like that. See, because I used dapple signals before, and I kept getting faulty ones. They always kept breaking on me for some reason. So, and plus they're very expensive as well. So that's why I'm using ratio, because for cost-wise. Right, let's see. How does this one look? Well, that one looks okay, actually. I just need to practice it really. What else should I talk about right now? Some sorting this out. Yeah, branch line engines. Let's talk about that for a bit, because everybody wants to know more about that film. Not a lot to report actually, I must admit. Well, a little bit, just a little report. There's one of the sets I'm currently making at the moment. I'm making this set in private because don't want anybody to see it just yet. But some people have seen it, and I've asked them not to say what it's for. So hopefully it'll look okay. But so far, the progress of it there is coming on quite well. It's come together quite well. So hopefully I'll be able to get it all filmed. Probably maybe late summer, perhaps. Probably do all that. Right, let's see. That's some position there. So. That one also. Should work. Right, I should probably maybe have a pen or so fitted here, but do you know what? I might just tie these on. I might screw these on right now just to do a rough test. And if they don't work, then I can just unscrew them and just take them out again. It's just so they don't dangle. Right, I got a screwdriver here, apart from that little miniature one. Yeah, that one's too small. Where's my other one? It's right over there. Right. Pen drill actually as well, just while I'm out. Where's the Dremel set I brought up? Oh, there it is. Right, there it is. Some people would ask me, like, what's it like working in the animation industry? It's actually good fun, actually. It can be challenging, I will admit, but you learn a lot of new things as you go about it. Plus, when you go to like staff dues and out there, it's quite good fun. We had one at Christmas last year, which was good fun. It was like a wee karaoke night, and obviously, well, stupidly actually, would be the best word. I decided to sing Queen. Why? I don't know. Somehow I wanted to sing Queen, and of all the songs I chose The Show Must Go On. No, everybody was like, ooh, that's a bit of a hard one. It's a bit of a tricky one to do, isn't it? And it was. I couldn't get. I started singing and I couldn't get the pitch right. I was basically faltering all the way through, and everyone was just going, "Come on, you okay? It's okay. Keep going, keep going." I was just so embarrassed all the way through. I was like, "Oh no, why did I choose this song to sing?" So, so that's a bit of a warning. Like, if anybody wants to is holding a karaoke night at work, and make sure you sing a song that you can sing. But there were some songs I could sing, actually. There were some I can sing. I sang the Fairy Tales of New York with another person at work, and we sang that. Actually, we actually nailed it. Actually, it was actually quite a good cover actually. And then I was also the backing vocal. I was playing backing vocals for somebody else's song. But yeah, never doing Queen again. It might sound okay in the car, but it never at a works, dude. But yeah, what was I doing again? Oh yeah, coming back to branch engines again. Yeah, how's things going with that? Yeah. Oh, shoot. Seems to be really okay. Yeah. So the film's just progressing just very slowly right now. I'm just kind of working on it when I can. In fact, actually, there's actually a prop in here that I actually have that I've been making for branch engines, which should I show you guys it? Maybe I might. Maybe at the end of this live stream I might show you guys the secret behind this work in progress prop for branch line. But this is actually one prop. It's actually nearly finished actually, and I'm very very proud of it actually. I'm really impressed with how it looks. But like I say, it still needs a bit more work done to it. Yeah, I'd say it's just more or less just like the problem is I think the most problem I actually had with branch lines is really at the time was getting Percy's model made. Percy's model is just it's a very complex thing because the problem is now everybody is modeling Percy and they always use the Hornby Peckett chassis for the main wheelbase because it's the right wheelbase to get. The only problem is that These models cost about maybe between 80 to £110 or maybe more. And most model companies that do like loco bodies and stuff for an 040 loco, there's a lot of messages coming through on my phone here right now. So I'm very sorry if my phone keeps buzzing on these. But anyway, as I was saying, there's a lot of talk about these chassis coming through, and I just can't afford one to make Percy with. So that's why I had to use a different alternative. Alright, so let's the only other models I think I need to get made up for Bernstein is I think Duck makes a cameo appearance in the film, so I'll need to get his model made. Well, pretty much. Well, I think his model is pretty much already set, ready to go. Really, it's just needs a small additional features, really, to make it look more like Duck. Oh wait, that's too loose. Take that again. Actually, well, hang on. Where is those? Oh, I threw those up over there, didn't I? Get in here. So, what are you guys doing for St. Patrick's Day today? He's out and about. He's watching a stream whilst you're out in the pub or outside, or well, I know what I'm going to do since this is St. Patrick's Day. I'm actually obviously doing this, but later on tonight I've actually got some friends coming on a voice call that we've been hosting there for the last few weeks now. As you guys may have already known, I'm a huge fan of the TV series Mysterious Cities of Gold, and since me and Kirsty and Christian's live stream some months back, we actually got somebody else on board on joining us to watch the series. So we're currently doing a big binge watch of the first, second, and third series. So we're nearly finished the second series now, and so far this newcomer to the series is really enjoying it. Truth be told, actually, the person who actually joined our thing is actually the voice actor for Casey in the new Metro Adventures series. So he was very chuffed when I told him that he was voicing Casey, because he originally auditioned to play Whitehouse, but I heard him sounding more like Casey than Whitehouse. So he was, like I said, he was very surprised when he heard that when I told him this here, and but then he was even more shocked and more honoured when I said to him that Casey's voice is actually Casey's character voice is actually very hard to try and find. So I didn't know at the time whether I'd be able to find his voice actor or not. But sure enough, there he was. Maybe if I twist that right, actually, that might actually help. Yeah. Right, need another screw. these little screws that come with the bases there are actually very helpful. Right, I'm just going to check and see if there's did anybody leave any comments on this thing, because I know I must have. SB Trek Tales, trying to come up with ideas for a short film for college. Right. Oh, what's this one here? Can I ask how development of your miniature model railway adventures plot is going? Yeah, we finished the script a few weeks back. And we held a read-through session on Discord. So Miniature Railway Adventures has its own private Discord server, and only members of the crew are allowed to have access to it, or those who want to help out with the series, you know. But yeah, we held a recording session, well, not a recording session, but like a trial read through with the cast. So all the cast has been for the pilot has been gathered up, and like I said, we held a wee private call on Discord to read through the script. Sort out any issues, like any pointers, like if anybody was having trouble understanding how to pronounce a word or so forth that it has in the script, then I'll be there to tell them how it's pronounced. And my God, we actually had a really good time. I never actually thought I'd see the day when there would actually be a really like we actually had a very fun time reading Miniature Railway Adventures. This is the first ever time this ever happened. Apart from I'd say apart from when me and Casey used to read the stories together. Like if we had our own series ideas, we would read them through. We would go onto like maybe Skype or something or other, and just read through the story idea, and then we would give our own feedback of it. But this was the first time where we actually had like a proper like reaction out there, and everybody was laughing at all the jokes and the gasping at all the dramatic scenes and all that happened to it. So I'm really glad that it got the reaction that I hoped it would. And so we're going to start, at the moment I hear, recordings for the pilot has actually already been started. So we have one cast member who's already got their lines sent through already, but he sent his lines through immediately after the read through, which is great. I've reached out to other members because there were some cast members who I originally had in mind for voices, but unfortunately they weren't available to do it. So I had to look around for some alternatives. We actually, I do remember there was an email that was sent to me by the folks who run the Miniature Adventures Twitter page. They're just some friends who want to help promote the series really, but they did this. They're doing like a kind of like a role playing Twitter account, so that if you want to speak to the characters, you can. And so they asked me if if I wanted to have me share updates and that in regard to the pilot, I can do that there. So I would post what I can, or share what I can really, and then they would share it, and then they would address it as the characters from the series, and they would send the tweet as. Hasn't really got. I don't want to like promote it, but yeah, if you guys want to check it more, feel free to follow them. They're just trying to help out really. So let's see. But yeah, I'm trying to get everything all sorted out with set designs and stuff with the series. But I've got a clear mind now as to how I want the series to look, how it'll move, how it will all act out. It's just a matter of seeing will the pilot succeed or not. And if the pilot animation succeeds, then we could maybe resume doing this as an actual series. that end. On the screw. Just check out messages again here. I think it's making a book version of the pilot to publish. I actually am in the process of actually writing a book, but not for miniature railway adventures. It's for something else, really. It's just a private thing. I'm kind of doing just to try out different things. Right, let's see. Well, let's just turn up there. I wonder if it's possible for me to pause live streams. I doubt it's possible though, but oh, it's Amazon delivery for me. Sorry, give me a sec, guys. Oh, not there on. So that was just Amazon delivery for me. I had ordered it last night. It's just arrived today. Talk about efficiency, eh? Right. Yeah. Just look at that one. Yeah, in terms of the book thing here as well, I was thinking about actually making a novel version of Miniature Adventures, so I might be actually, I don't know, I might say about maybe publishing Social Lost Nation perhaps, but we'll just see how it goes so far. I'm not really quite ready yet to do any like publishing stuff. In fact, I have actually written a book actually. I was commissioned by Paper Owl Films to do a book adaptation of one of my Pablo stories, and so so I wrote it, and I got Andrew Bernard to proofread it for me to make sure it's all okay, set it all ready to go, and yeah, it's all published now. So it's now published by Ladybird. The story is called Pablo's A Visit to the Zoo. So it's actually a book version of one of, well, I don't know. I would like to say that it's one of my favorite stories, but I'd say it was the studio's favorite story because it touched on a subject which they didn't actually consider thinking about having a story on. But I just came up to it and just says that I'm just wondering about this story idea. What do you guys think? And they said, well, write it out and see what this, and we'll get back to you. So I wrote it out, and they says, yeah, definitely, we'll adapt this. We'll make this into an episode. Oh, ouch. So I don't have to like flat-head screwdrivers. They always slip very easily. Right. What time is it? Oh, 5 to 4 already? Blimey. myself something to eat actually for lunch, but it's a bit late now. Oh, actually, I must say this here as well. A couple of weeks back, I actually made a good bargain. Actually, managed to buy myself another engine for the miniature rowing club. I didn't actually expect. I actually wasn't expecting to buy another engine actually, because I've only got Puffer, my little overall tank engine. But I saw this one that was put on sale by a friend of mine, and he had this engine he only had this engine for a couple of weeks, and he wasn't sure whether or not it was actually what he wanted, so he decided to sell it. And he posted online on our club's Facebook page. He says if anybody's interested, they let him know. And I looked at it and I thought to myself, God, I'm so tempted to buy that. Actually, it actually does look really good. And he messaged me saying, well, look, if you're interested here, I'll drop the price down for you, because if I was going to send this over, if I was going to ship this overseas, it'll cost a bit more. But for club members out there, I'll be reducing the price. And I can't say how much he sold it to me for, but I was very shocked on the price, like properly shocked. And I just snapped the engine up because I thought, blimey, that's actually quite a good price actually. And it was actually a really good engine actually. It only recently had been overhauled. It only gone some severe repairs, and a new drive system fitted into it. If you want to get an idea what the engine is, it's an 040 version of a Class 08. That's basically what it looks like. It's a chain belt drive, and it's pretty much, it's just a wee battery powered engine really, but it's a very decent wee engine. And I on the day I bought it, I took it out for a run just to show its paces out there. And it was actually a really good runner actually. I was very surprised by it. So, but there was also the guy who I originally bought it from actually was said to me one day. He says, "Are you considered selling Puffer at any time?" And I told him, I just says, "No, I am not selling this. I'm not selling that engine. I am not selling Puffer. He is my pride and joy." He is an engine who I actually been desperately trying to save up for during my college years, and now I've got him. I just don't want to sell it, but he understood. Right, okay, so I'm going to do a test with these signals to see if these work okay, and right, this is going to take some careful manoeuvring. So if I move the camera back a little bit. Right, there we go. Right. There you go. Right. Hope this works. I always get very scared when it comes to reassembling layer, or when it comes to folding layer. Right. That's okay there. That's okay there. Oh, why is that? Why is that like that? Oh, there we go. There we go. That's it. Right, I need to fix that base there, but seems to be okay. Right. I'll sort these wires out there. Right, let's look at these signals now. Right, that one should be okay there. That's for that. Right. Oh, a lot of messages. Let's see what we got here. Lots of people have just joined up right now. Let's see here. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna. Also to see stuff you've read on television stream service. Oh, that's quite good. Oh, Ffarquhar. Hello. Been a minute since I've seen Ffarquhar. Looks great as always. Thank you so much, mate. Thanks for tuning in to the live stream. Right, it's a bit dark here right now. Let me just turn the lights on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Right, let me just take this off the tripod. Right. Okay, so here we are. You get a nice driver's eye view of the layout. Okay, let's see. Feel around for these motors. Oh, here we go. Oh shoot, that shouldn't have happened. This one's a very. Oh shoot, it's broken. Right. I've broken it already. Okay, let's see. Prop this here for a moment. No. Okay. Right. I need something for this to lean on too. What can I lean this on? There's no loose buildings here. Maybe this could do, I suppose. Whoa. Right, hold on a sec, guys. I'll be with you in a minute. Just try and get this camera sitting right in a way that I can fix this layout. I can fix this signal. Come on, will you? Stay where you. Stay put, will you? Stay still. Oh. Ah. No, that's not going to work. Couldn't they just make a camera that just, or a phone camera that just stays put and just doesn't move? Just trying to see where I can actually fit this on. You know, I might. Let's try here. Can it sit there or sit here? Oh, there we go. That's better. Right. Let's see now. See this signal. Now it's this signal here. This one always gives me some trouble. Which side did I put this on? Ooh. There we go. Right. Let me see. Is that right now? Yeah. That's okay. Okay. Let's move you guys over here. Nope. No, you won't be able to see that. Okay, probably. Where's the camera anyway? Oh, it's right there. Yeah, just feel around for this lever. Where is the lever anyway? Back to the position of the camera again. I don't know. If I put an engine there, would that help? Which engine have I got? Right, so just bear with me 1 wee sec. Just stare at the ceiling for a bit. Right, gonna use my model of duck. So there's duck, my Revolution replica version. Right, let's go position here. Oh, you saw Mr. Tater on the fridge? Yeah, there you go. Souvenir from theme park. Right. Are you gonna stay put, camera, or are you gonna cause me more issue? Stay put. There we go. I bet it's gonna fall over. Right. Where is the lever? Right. Here's the signal. Right. Let's see. It's like I'm kind of looking like one of the Titans from Attack on Titan. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's great. Good. So that's the first signal. Where's the other one? This one here. Okay. Good. We're in business. Now for the other two. I Michael Chris, have you used the real... Oh, hang on a sec. Sorry, I just need to see this comment here from Jake real quick. You just see my double chin here as well. This is what lockdown does to you guys. Michael, quick question on somewhat irritating question. Have you used 3 real ladybirds with 3 beetles sign for maximum accuracy? No, I haven't. I wish I did actually, but I actually did try and find some actual like 3D size ladybirds from the craft shop, but unfortunately they didn't have any. Right. These are the other signals here, so let's see. I don't know which point motor operates what signal, so I'll just have to see here. So, right, that one's not working. So this one here, that's not working for some strange reason. Right, this one then. These ones are sort of okay, but it's just this one here needs looked at. So maybe it's they haven't put enough attention on it, I think. Right, back up to the treadmill. Oh yeah, just in case Jake wants to see the 3 beetles sign. Oh. That's it there. That's the best I could do for it here, as well as the wee pup sign as well. You might not see it that well, but you can see there's 3 ladybirds there. And there's also the postman and Mr. Trouser's dog giving him some trouble. There you go. Right. Of course, this is my kitchen as well, so you know. Oh yeah, some G-scale stuff up there. I know people's gonna instantly say, "Oh, it's the Marklin engine." It's not. It's a Pico. It's a Pico BR880. So people now call it the Pico engine. Right, let's get these off the layout and get that signal looked at. Oh, and because it's St. Patrick's Day, I'm allowed to drink Pepsi. Because I went off Pepsi for Lent. But today, we're allowed to make an exception. So, I've actually really need that actually, because I've been dying for Pepsi Max for a few weeks now. Right, let's put this over again. Oh yeah, also, and so I've actually had some new sightings here. I'll talk more about those in a wee while. Let me see, what time do I have to... let's see, it's 4:05 now. This watch song thing I have to do tonight, that doesn't start until 8. So I'll carry on here till about 5, and then we'll call it a day for now. What are these wires for? No idea. Right. Which one was it now that was giving me the trouble? Was it? Yeah, this one. This one here. And yeah, I'm listening to. Oh, that's why it's slack. That's why I didn't change the slack. Honestly. No slacking. That's what I don't want to see. No slacking. As far as that video is actually still one of my most popular videos on YouTube. Actually, do you know what was actually I found was quite freaky the other day actually? I don't know why you guys are so far away. Come on, come closer. Come closer, my friend. Come closer. There you go. Right. So yeah, the other day actually, I was just having a browse, and I found that somebody had actually made a there's basically a Wikipedia site for YouTubers. Would you believe it? And somebody actually went and did one of me, of my channel. And I was just like, whoa, okay, that's a bit of a shock. And they used my profile. It was all like still like talks about, like, what was my most recent video, which one was my most popular video in the making at the moment, and so forth. But there was one comment. There was one item out there which did give me some surprise, and it was my it was a photograph of me actually. I was just like, that's a bit. I'm not so sure about that. So I decided to actually maybe alter that page to make it suit my needs. So because I have done Wikipedia stuff before, and so I've done one of miniature railway adventures, so I was able to find ways of editing that page. So I took off the photograph of me and just left it as with my channel icon. But then after the next day or so, somebody came back and somebody went on again and reposted the photograph of me again. I was just like, it's a wee bit intruding though, isn't it? Kind of intruding my privacy. But I don't know. Whoever it was, I just want to say that, like, I'm grateful that you guys are doing this here, but don't do that. What got even more strange as well was that they actually had a page, they had a link page that actually says, like, if you want to hire Michael White to do certain stuff, what would you want to do? And I'm just like, why? Why would you want me to? It's so weird. It's so weird. And it's just like, most of it's just down to me, like, is revolving around me writing more Thomas stuff. Like, if I was back working on the show, what position would I be in? To be honest, I just wish people would stop associating me with the TV series anymore. Like, it's getting pretty dull now. It is getting really bit dull. Let's leave it up there. Hope that should fix it. Still a wee bit slack, but try that. Anyway, yeah, I haven't got anything else to say really on that WikiNow type thing, but yeah, just want to say, like, I just found that to be quite strange, really. Just got a bit of a strange thing to have. I think also I'll be working on right now. I'll just come back to miniature, talk about miniature railway adventures again, because I'm just still in that mindset of it right now. At the moment, when it comes to making the pilot now, I'm just thinking about what ways of filmmaking it can be done with. I might actually will be asking for some help out there in terms of creating the certain effects and so forth. So I might just do this right now here, since, like, it's in my mindset here. So if anybody out there is good with, like, After Effects and out there, do get in touch, because I might probably need some help with some stuff. It's mostly down to light coordination, I think, or just like smoke effects of some form of general level. But yeah, I probably would need somebody with skills in After Effects for doing work on the opening titles, because I've got a bit of a mindset on how I want the opening titles to look like, and I kind of would need somebody with some After Effects skill in order to do this. So yeah, if anybody's interested there, give me a shout. Okay, so tighten up. That's tight there. Maybe I might, if I turn this a little bit, then it's slacking out a bit actually. So this is a good point we haven't used the ice screws here, because if I turn here, it actually adjusts the tightness of the string, of the string really. Yeah. Okay, let's try this again now. I just saw a message there. Hold on. Yeah, it's pretty good. Have you considered using light drawing for some of the effects? Light drawing? Possibly. It's see, Nurture Adventure is at the moment here. It's being animated with Moho. The characters are drawn using Photoshop, and just to give you an idea how it would look, it's going to be 2D animation integrated with live action models. That's basically how the whole thing's going to look. Because I kind of like that concept. Really, it's something I just find it combines like my two interests really, which is animation and modeling. So the characters will be 2D animated, whereas their surroundings and the trains themselves are going to be models. But there are going to be some parts of the series where there will be the incorporation of like practical effects, which is something I've been practicing for Bernstein engines, but it's I would actually like to incorporate this also with miniature images, because there's some parts in the stories where some incidents happen that I would like to try and maybe incorporate in, but to see how we get on. Right. Oh. Right. If this works here, I'll. What can I do? What can I do to celebrate if this works? if I have fixed the signal again, I'll probably make a brew, I suppose. I have some interesting ideas for the next Tom's show. Well, don't share them with me actually, because I'm kind of done with that concept now. Right. Oh, just missed the camera. There we go. Right. Gently does it. There we go. Good. By the way, in case you're wondering how the layout actually aligns itself properly, these box clamps I have these little box clamps at the side of the board. Whoop. Just fix this tripod here. There we go. So I've got these little box clamps here, and they just align up there, and that just makes sure the board's all secured and rigid. Yeah. Right. Oh, let's have a look around over here. Right, position that there. Right, well, you can't see that. There we go. That's best I can do. Right, let's see now. Which signal was it? This one. Okay, let's see if this one works. Right, it's working okay. Let me just adjust this here real quick. Okay, so that's the upward position. Where's the cord? Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Is this the one? Yes. Oh. Right, let's try this again. Ah, right, that hasn't worked. That's the home position. This is the all clear position, so I need to twist that to all clear. Right, that's the best I can do for that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that'll do. And then, right, I'll just adjust that one. Again, the joints is using these eye screws that came with the kits. It certainly does help. Right, just adjust this one again here. Maybe it's just a bit too far, actually, I think. I'll get that. I suppose that'll work. Right. That's the signals. Point motor's now connected up. Now it's just a case of wiring them. Oh, shoot. Oh, right, that's the... Oh, that's okay, that's fixable. That's good. Right. She's back on. It's kind of embarrassing seeing that double chin right here. I need to try and find ways of getting rid of it. Right, okay. Set you guys there like that. Any other chats? Any messages come up? Good. What's a model you want to attempt but are scared to? What actually happened? What model have I actually been scared to model actually? I'll tell you what, it was Gordon's model. Yeah, Revenant's model of Gordon scared me because I think it was mainly because of doing the wheel conversion to Romford ones. Because I didn't know whether or not it would work or not. I didn't remember having a lot of trial and error with making it, and last year I was working on the model last year with the chassis out there, and I just had this random idea. I looked up online. I was talking to folks on RM Web and just said, like, look, I'm trying to do this here. Is there any way? What's the best way I can go about doing this to make it run properly? And he just said to me, just plunk the wheels on, and that's basically it, really. I says, yeah, but do I need are there any special washers or fiber washers I need to get for for the side rods or for the crank pins and there? And he says, no, just bang them on, it's fine. So I kind of left off for that for a bit, and I just thought, right, okay, let's just give it a shot here because I'm kind of on a loose end now, and so I started putting it all together. I had to buy a new return crank. I do remember I had to buy a brand new return crank for the model because the trying one didn't really sit well right. It's something to do with the screw that I needed to attach it onto. Didn't match well with the Romford crank pin or whatnot, crank pin holder. So I do remember I had to get a brand new return crank for Gordon, and I sent it all together, put it onto the thing, had the wheels mounted on, did a test. Gordon it ran, and I was like, oh wow, I did not expect that to happen. So yeah, the model started to run. So I thought, great, that's a huge stress off my shoulders now because this actually panicked me quite a lot. So at the moment now, Gordon's model is actually on pause. All I really need to do to that model now is just get its bodywork done. That's all I need to do and get it painted up. So that's pretty much all I need to do now for that model. But at the moment, once I finish this here and have it ready for the banker show, I'm going to take a pause on doing Revenant modeling for a while because I think I kind of need a break from it for a while. This will probably include the Ffarquhar Mark II and Ellsbridge project. I will put that on hold for a while because I think I kind of need some time away from it for a while to just take a break from it. I'm not going to stop doing it because I really do enjoy the research of it, And as well as, when I'm at the Audrey Extravaganza, it's a great opportunity for me to actually get some more behind the scenes details as to how the models were made, and learn how they all work. But yeah, I think, I just want to just take a while, maybe a couple of months away from Audrey stuff, just to focus on another form of modeling that I want to do, which is, of course, doing miniature road adventures, because it's my own, like I said, it's my own passion project. I want to try and pursue it on it more. I just want to take a break from Thomas. That's basically it. I just want to take a break from Thomas stuff. That's why I've stopped doing the SoundCloud stories that I wrote up, because I'm just getting bored of them, really. I'm just getting tired of writing them now. It's just more or less just rinse and repeat, really. I just that's pretty much all I'm going to be known for now, just writing Thomas stuff. But I want to pursue on writing some other stuff now, produce some other railway content. Because I mean, my mate Stuart, he does Old Line Design. That's a well loved series, and my mate Hayden does Cross Lines. So, I like to follow in the same line as they do, but like, instead of having the engines talk, have the series focus around the people who operate them rather than the engines themselves. Just try and make things a bit different, but also try and steer away from that Thomas connection, if you know what I mean. Right, let's have a brew made up. Right, I just saw a couple of more messages that have come up here, so I'll just have a quick look at them now. Lockdown has been unkind to all of us. Yeah, I can't agree with you more, Jake. I think that's very sensible too. Much of something can feel like work instead of a hobby. Yes. It kind of does, actually. It does feel like that. Because, I just want, like I said, I still want to be associated with Thomas in a way. But just not like constantly. Just so you can see more. Yeah. Just so I don't constantly have to be involved in that. So if that camel's quite loud, just let me know. But yeah, anyway, actually, what I might do now, I might show you what's going on behind the scenes here, because I actually did say to you I would show you. Right. So, if you guys remember in the last live stream or topic I did, I said I was going to install some new sidings here. So, this is a new feature that's been now installed. So this is actually something I've been meaning to do for a while, which is adding some more sidings in. And any history buffs who want to question this here, yes, the Ffarquhar branch did have this. They actually did have this. In fact, the original sidings that showed on the track plan actually was basically this one here and this one. And they must have had like a sort of like a set track type crossover at one point. There was also one that installed down here as well, another crossover section here, but that made things difficult with operation wise, so we don't want you to do that. But I wanted to try and see about having a go with operating the later version of the Ffarquhar branch sequence. Now I've got a copy of A Day on Audrey's Railway that the Telecom Railway made during lockdown. And I would like to try and see about maybe recreating that operation sequence using Ffarquhar Mark 1. But in order to do this, I need to have extra sidings behind the scenes for the stock to sit. So, as far as I can remember, because I was shown copies of the original sequences for Mark 1. And it told you where some of the locos were positioned. So let me see now here. It's this section here is mainly priority for Percy's trains. This was for Daisy and Thomas, I think. I think Daisy and Thomas operated this, had this section. Toby had this one, and then leave that down a second. This was for the quarry trains, for Mavis and so forth, and then this was for the enthusiast train, which would be run by guest engines such as like Stepney, Donald, Bloomer, Oliver, and James, I think. Duck also did operate on the Ffarquhar Mark 1 as well. I do remember seeing his name briefly here, but he was actually shown as the goods engine, as was mentioned. So he would do, I think he would operate mainly on the third section of the operation sequence after Percy. So Percy would do 3 sequences. No, sorry, Percy would do 2 sequences, and then Duck would do the third one. But I need to practice it though in order to know exactly how it originally operated, because I haven't actually properly done the operation sequence. I did try it with the original setup here that I had before, but it was very, very tricky to do. So obviously I won't be doing that sequence during the Bangor show, because the later sequence for this here required more rolling stock. I do have the kits for them, but I need some. I don't think I have time to get them all built and painted. So I might probably maybe build some during the show if I'm lucky, if I do get time. But yeah, definitely need to try and get the rest of the rolling stock made for this. Because as far as I know, Percy has more good stock in the later version than what he has now. And there's also a fourth quarry truck that needs to be made as well. So I need to get that made as well. You probably also be wondering what this is. Why I put this in. This is for a shelf that I'm going to put in for storing any spare locos and other. So if I have, do I have any spare track here? Where did I put that link for track I had earlier before I started this live stream? I put it away. That's what I've done with it. I put it away somewhere where I can't find it. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, there'll be some spare track I'll put up along here, and I'll be storing like any of my spare locos and stock that are required, because in the sequences it does say once this engine goes into the fill yard, it just says shelf. So that's where these locos will go to, or whatever engines or stock go to, shelf. So, right, let's just make a brew real quick. I would offer you guys a brew, but unfortunately it's not possible virtually, so I'd say you guys would probably maybe go on right now and make yourselves one, whilst I'm making mine. And obviously, because considering I mostly talk about miniature railway adventures, have a miniature railway adventure style mug. So there you go. That's my engine puffer on a mug. So, just some message just pop up there. What was that now? Right, what if a British Railway class 128 joined the Ffarquhar branch? I don't know. I'll have to see what one looks like. If you were to model in a different format like Trackmaster, Take and Play, or computer-generated models, which would you like to try out most? Well, I'd say I'll try the virtual one, because Trackmaster is more or less just a toy brand, really. But then some people modify them sometimes just to make them look like models. So, you know, I don't want to get onto that argumental bandwagon about what's a model or a toy. So, Sodor needs more multiple units, to be honest. I'm curious if Percy would get along with a class 128 possible. Have you considered making miniature model railway adventures? Miniature model railway? It's miniature railway adventures. That's what it's called, not miniature model railway. Miniature railway adventures merch. I don't know. I'd say it probably maybe go as far as bookmarks or key rings, I suppose, but I don't know really. I haven't thought about it really. Because I mean, this, like I said, this year marks 15 years since we did miniature, since I first started miniature railway, and I'm just still that it's still that stage where we don't know whether it actually has an audience or not. It's still like some friends, like the friends who have helped me so far with the series, they've actually now started to understand what the series is all about, what the concept of it is, and they kind of understand now where it is I'm actually going with my storytelling. So they've actually now started to take a huge interest in it now, and they also they also get understand the characters as well, like who the characters are meant to, how the characters are meant to sound, what their personalities are like, and yeah, like what they called me up one time on a Skype on a Discord call and wanted me to look for a story that they were writing for the series, and they wanted me to be the proofread to see if it's okay. And I looked through it there, and I thought, yeah, this is definitely exactly how the characters react. So I'm glad that I'm actually really glad they picked it up so quickly as to how I want the series to look like. But yeah, like I said, we're not as far as doing merchandise stuff yet. See, because at the moment, because like before I started, I had this group and all formed to help me out with this here. When Casey left the series in post lockdown, it was pretty much me just carrying on with the series really, and it was just quite hard to do really. It was, I mean, I've been doing it. I've been working on it like for over 10 years, like at the time. So I was just thinking, right, it should be okay. I know exactly what I'm doing, but. As it went on, I kind of understood, like I kind of realized, like how many stories actually were required. So, because the full canon order, you guys only just see my hit, just see my lower section. You really should really be looking at you guys. There you go. You can see me now. So yeah, um, the full listing of like how many episodes Miniature Railway Adventures in total has is roughly 50. There's 50 stories in total. Most of them span for about maybe an hour and a half, really. It really depends on the story in question. The feature-length story, so The Adventure Like No Other, that's a feature-length. I have no idea how long that story is in general, but I did remember when I was recording it, when I was recording an audiobook version of it there, up to where I got to, it was clocking around about nearly maybe 2.5 hours. And that was only like, I was nowhere near the halfway point. So I'd say that the Adventure Like Novel will probably be like a feature audiobook, like novel audiobook. So that would probably maybe go on for maybe 10 hours. I have no idea. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But I would say, like, I would say maybe if I was to make a profit from Miniature Adventures, I'd say the Adventure Like No Other story will probably be the one I will have to say, like, right, if you guys want to hear this here, you might have to maybe pay something towards it here. So I'd say maybe £4 would be enough, really, just to listen to it. But yeah, so like I said, I'm trying to get some of the stories written here. So I did ask some friends, like some people who I knew, who were good with writing, such as like the Berry Truck, and some other friends I knew. I asked them, like, would you be interested in helping out with a series? They said they would, and I tried to see how to get on, but they were very busy with their own stuff. So I thought, yeah, I don't want to hold them back. I don't want them to focus on this here, so I'll try to read it more on my own. And then this new group, these other friends I have, who I introduced into the series, they volunteered to help out, and yeah, they've been great help, really have been great help. And so they're working away on one story, which I told them, I told them briefly what the plot was about, and they've made great headway with that story. So that story is going to be for a future episode. It's not going to be. We're not going to get around to adapting it yet, but yeah, I'm actually looking forward to actually adapting it because it'd be quite fun to do. But yeah, in terms of animation series, it's going to start off from series 2 onwards. So series 1 is mostly going to be all the audiobooks. We're going to finish off series 1 with all audiobooks. As far as I know, there's only 3 audiobooks left for series 1. Uh, one's being read by a friend of mine, who's also one of the voice cast on the series. The second one is currently being written right now, and I'm going to be reading it. So it's been written and recorded at the same time. And the third one, I'm also. In fact, the third one was actually going to be written, but it was going to be written by somebody else. But they weren't. They messaged me a few days ago saying that they weren't able to get time to do it. So I said, look, don't worry, I'll get it sorted because I kind of had the mindset to work on it anyway. So I started working on it here, and so I'm kind of started working on it there, but I'm also trying to work out about recording that as well. If people want to know more about like what, because each series of Mediterranean Adventures, it all focuses on a certain feature that will take place during the time frame of the series. So series 1 focuses on the introductions of the characters. So you get to know more about the characters' personality, their backgrounds, their details, and so forth. Series 2 focuses on new installments to the railway. So the railway will be going through like a bit of an upgrade in terms of making it a bit more efficient and so forth. So maybe like new equipment, new features that the railway will have, maybe new locos, stuff like that there. Series 3 will focus more on the operation of the railway in terms of training new staff. What problems will you face whilst working on a metro railway? And also what other events will take place during the metro railway operations that would be of interest to viewers listen to. In series 4, we'll focus on the dark times of the series. Series 4 is going to be the final series of Miniature Railway Adventures because at the time writing it or plotting it out, it was when the real Miniature Railway that the series was based off was actually being under threat of being closed down by some museum officials. And at the time, I was halfway through writing that series, and I thought, right, I don't want to write any more because what's actually happening right now is actually what's happening in what I've written so far is actually currently happening right now. So I don't want to. I'm going to wait and see what happens first, and then see what happens. And of course, the outcome of the real Miniature Railway, it did get closed down in the end, and so that was when me and Casey thought, right, well, where does this lead for the series? So I don't want to give any more details, but it will centre around the railway closing down. But will it close down? Will it not? I can't say. I'm not going to say what happens. So, but it's more or less the characters this time literally trying to survive during that desperate time, and then there's also a few specials as well. We have. Let me see now. We had the first special, which was Casing the Trader. That was one I had good fun writing and making. Then there's also the feature special, which takes place between series 2 and 3, which is The Adventure Like No Other. Then there's also one called Paul's Last Steam. That's going to be another special. That'll take place between series. That'll be somewhere maybe in the middle of series 3, I'd say. That'll be based in. And then, of course, there's a few Christmas ones as well. There'll be like a free Christmas special included. There's also going to be a horror-based episode, which was one I actually remember. I wrote down the plot line many years back, and I've only recently just stumbled across my old notes because I used to write them all in little notebooks at work. And I've just found those now whilst I was doing some cleaning up there. And so I've been looking through them now, and I thought, wow, I can't believe I wrote all this stuff. And so I'm going to try and go through those notes and try and find ways of adapting into scripts and see how they go from there. And then, of course, there's the final ever Miniature Railway story called, very simply, the Miniature Railway Adventure. Not Adventures, Adventure. And after that, that's it. I won't be doing any more. So that's kind of the whole current canon order of the series. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. But I am definitely looking forward to the pilot. I am definitely looking forward to start working on it because I'm going to start working on it immediately um, after the OG Extravaganza this year, the third one. I'm going to officially stop working on anything relating to branch engines, railway OG modeling. Apart from like if I'm asked to go to shows and that there, I will bring Ffarquhar with me. But like right now, I want to try and make sure everything is all done with Ffarquhar. There's no more improvements need to be done. Locos and Brung stock are working absolutely fine. After OJX 3, I'm gonna take a long break from Thomas stuff, OG modeling, and just focus on miniature railway adventures because I do really want to try and pursue more in it, and hopefully see if it will succeed or not. Because I mean, 15 years work. It has to. Something must come about from it, and if it doesn't work, then I'll just maybe go back to doing Thomas stuff, I suppose, but or do something else. I don't know. There's so much other stuff I can do besides doing Thomas stuff. Right. Okay. So finish up this here, and then let's see. What time is it now? 20 to 5. Right. I said I'd finish the live stream at 5 o'clock, so we'll see. I'll just see if there's any more messages here. There is. Oh yeah, Jake, let's just trying to find old things you've written. I'm glad you have so much material to work with. Yes, it is, because most of the stuff is just all like based off, like I said, Miniature Adventures is based off real life stuff that happened. Whereas there's some stuff that's actually been added in for creative effect, really. So it's just like Casey and Trader, there was no jewel found at Real Miniature Railway. But there have been a few stuff that actually has been dug out. Such as we found when the railway was going through making its extension part, or somewhere when the Metro Railway was doing its maintenance and that, they found some traces of an old tramway that used to run by the area where the railway sits, or somewhere close by, and so there is traces of the line itself. Like I think there's like maybe two sets of tracks, 2 rails embedded in the ground somewhere on the museum's grounds that showed you where this tramway would have gone. And then there was also the finding of an old railway sleeper that used to be that was probably part of the tramway, and maybe a set of wheels. So I don't know if this was actually dug up from the extension build, but that was something that was kind of what inspired for the jewel to be found. Other stuff such as, let's see now, what other stories has been written so far? Okay, so the story Rivals, the recent Miniature Railway Adventure story, or one of the recent ones, that was inspired by a few accidents that did happen on the Miniature Railway. I think there was a time where I did hear a story where somebody did drop an apple down an engine's chimney, and it got wet. It got stuck in there, and it took quite a while for everybody to get it unbunged. So I remembered that, and I took that on board. Potter's derailment one in the story, that was down to several accidents that the engine did have. My engine puffer did have quite a few accidents whilst it was running on the railway. It was either down to the engine's build, the way the track was maintained, or something or other. But yeah, it was kind of loosely based around off that. But also as well, like even down to the locations as well. If you look back and say, maybe after this live stream, if you look back at some of my other live stream stuff, I did one called Miniature Railway Adventures: The Location Tour. And I was showing you guys around the site where Miniature Railway Adventures is based on, and I was showing you where all the places would be based. Like so, where the railway section, where the railway club, the Metro will be, where certain stories take place in, where the villains are located, like the Motorcar Society, where are they based? Seriously, when I created the Motorcar Society, and when I wrote down where they were going to be based, I literally had no idea that there actually was a drive-through, like a driveway in, where I actually said like there would be a gateway somewhere around this area here, like a big iron gateway. I was walking past that section where I predicted where there would be one, where I thought there would be one, only to find that there actually was an iron gateway there. And I was like, well, okay, I did not expect that. That's quite shocking. Oh, the old horse-drawn tramway. Yeah, I'd say it would have been horse-drawn. It could have been. I have no idea. I need to check. I need to look it up there. I need to talk to the guys. Because I'll be down at the Midshore Club. I'll be down at the new place where we've moved to now tomorrow. So I'll ask them a few bit. Let's see. How does it feel to be known for something else rather than the thing you? Just trying to read that probably. How does it feel to known for something else rather than the thing you rather be known for? I don't know. I actually don't have an answer for that one. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't know. I think I would actually like to be better, to be known for something else rather than Thomas, really, I suppose. But it's just a matter of. It's just how the fandom works, I suppose. Really, just like people find you interested in being involved with this rather than something else that you hope to be more famous. I was going to say famous. Me famous? Nah, I actually don't. I don't mind. I don't mind people recognizing me like for working out there, but I don't want to be known too much for it like that because it's can be a bit embarrassing, I think. I mean, not too embarrassing though, but like because I did have one fan come up to me one time. I'm not going to say who it was, but he was actually kind of obsessed with like everything I did on Thomas that day. He was like firing questions at me, and I was like, oh, okay. But of course, I don't lose my temper with fans. I do often. I just sometimes when I say like if you mind give me some space, and I'll just do it very politely. I don't shout at everybody. Just say, "Get out of my way, would you?" I'm not like that. I don't want to be that kind of person. Right, this tea's getting very cold now, so I'm gonna get this finished here. Right. Yeah. I don't mind being known for working on Thomas out there. It's just like I just think maybe it could be something else. Something else that I've been known for. Like with Pablo, I mean, I was very sure that people weren't actually talking to me more about Pablo than Thomas because, as far as I know, Pablo was actually. I don't know if this is true or not. I really don't know. So don't quote me. Don't quote me on this, okay? I think Pablo was actually when it was broadcasted. It was the first ever program that actually got autism right, like the portrayal of autism. So I don't know if that is true or not. But if it is, that's quite a huge achievement, though. But it was well accepted around the world. Like loads of people praised it, saying, "Yes, this is actually how it should have been done," rather than portray autism in a sort of a false way. Like we're all weird. I was going to say weirdos, but no, that's not the best way of putting it, really. But yeah. I don't know, stuff about Pablo in there because I think there might be another series of Pablo coming soon, but I just don't know yet. I have no idea whether it will happen or not. But there is talks about one, but I just don't know yet. Right. Right, that seems to be okay for the chat. Okay, chat's all caught up. Right, let's see. What was I going to do now? Wiring. Yes, let's do some wiring. Just going to take my jumper off here because it's quite warm in here right now. Oh, there we go. There we go. What, do you think I was going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day without wearing anything green? Come on. What do you take me for? Right, okay. I'll take these off actually because they're actually making me sweat as well. Right. Let's fold this over again. it's always nerve-wracking to me actually doing this every so often. Because you don't know whether it'll fall apart on you or not. I just don't want it to fall apart, you know? Right, all my wires are all down at the model club. So I had to buy some new stuff. Ta-da! It's got its own nice box. I'm starting to talk about Gavin now, Knuckles. Because that's the sort of talk he would talk like. He's bad, isn't it? Yeah. I must talk to him again at some point because it's been a while. It's been a while since I last talked to him. I suppose everybody's doing alright. Oops. Right. Now, where is the screwdriver that the pipe wires came with? There we are. Right, I haven't actually, this is the first time I've actually opened this box because I actually have no idea what's in this. So, right, so just so you know, this is, how can I pronounce this? It's Thun CT wire kit. That's basically what it is. So we've got all sorts of wires. We've got blue wires, we've got white wires, we've got red wires, we've got green wires, we've got yellow wires, and we've got black wires. So all good color coordinated. So we've got some wire strippers and cutters. Nice. We've got some cable ties. Nice. And what was in this one? We have some shrink wrap. Lovely. I don't think we'll need the shrink wrap in this case, but might need the cable ties. So put those over there for the moment. Now let's see. Point motor. Let me see. Trying to see if I can color code this now. So let me see now. Green will be the feed wire. Let's see. Green. Yeah, green will be the feed wire. See, because red and black are the most common ones, but I've used them more. I think I've used them more for the point motors. I think. Yeah, I might as well just use red and black this time around again. So yeah. So yeah, when it comes to the wiring point motors, always color code your wires because it'll make things a lot more easier for you. Because if you use the same color wire, you just get all confused. You're like, which one goes where? Which is it? Is it the black wire? Is it the red wire? Or I don't know. Time's ticking. Oh my god. I don't know where that came from, but oh yeah, some wire cutters as well. These are actually sprue cutters, actually, are they? See, no, it's actually it says here these are pliers, but I know right that these are actually sprue cutters. That's so weird. They say it's pliers, but they're actually sprue cutters. Who labels these things? Oh, just there was a new message there. If there was a third season of Pablo, would there be anything in particular you'd like to see explored in it? I don't know really, because all the stories in Pablo that I've written, they're all actually all recreations of stories that happened to me in the past. So I need, if there's a new series, I would need to start thinking about any events that took place in my life that I think would be worthy of storytelling. So, but I would only write the story of, if there's a story that they've asked me to write about on a certain topic, then that's when I will start doing my research on it there and start jot down notes and so forth. But for the most majority of all of season 1 and 2, they're all stories based off my experience, my own personal experience with wall tripping. So. But right now, like I said, I haven't had any word about I haven't been told about anything about a new series of Pablo right now, so it's just working on what I can do right now. So At the moment, I'm retired from. I'm kind of in. What's the word they call it? There's a phrase they call it. I think David Shusey called it. Is it resting? Is that what it's called? Resting from writing until I've been asked to until I've been called up to do more work. But at the moment here, I'm working. Like I said, I'm working I'm working as an animator right now for children's television, and I'm nearly finished working on the second series of another program, which only just broadcasted on RTE actually this last week, I think. Right. Okay. How did I do this now? How did I do this again? Right. So that fits there. That fits there. That fits there. Oh, right. Okay. I need to get those. What do you call them? What do you call them? What do you call them? Electrical boxes. These chocolate box characters. That's what they're called. Right, Jake. Must be off, Michael. Have a great weekend and thanks for a nice chat. You too, Jake. Take care. Thanks for coming along to the video. Might talk to you soon. Might talk to you on Discord at some point. Right. Right, I do have some chocolate box connectors I bought today, actually. Oh, let's get them. I'm trying to see where I put them. I had them in my coat pocket, didn't I? Yes. Here we are. Right, I think I'll just... Pepsi. Oh, that line delivery is kind of similar to James May with cheese. So just like there's Pepsi and there's Pepsi. Yeah. Pepsi is like I was quite surprised that all the railways that I go to or metro railways or railway clubs I go to, everybody's drinking Pepsi Max. Would you believe me when I said that? Everybody's drinking it. So I would probably say, if anybody from Pepsi are actually watching this, just say like, this drink, this soft drink is actually powering the model railway community or the railway community in general because it tastes so good. Pepsi Max tastes so good. I mean, yeah, Coca-Cola has its good points, okay, but this is actually much nicer. Anyway, right. For this, I need to do a series of loops. So let's see now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do 4 loops. So we'll have 5 of these. Yeah, yeah. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it's just come to 5 o'clock now already here, but you know what? Let's just continue on for a bit more, eh? Like I said, I won't be doing this. I won't be doing that watch along thing with some friends until about 8 o'clock. So I've got plenty of time. I've got plenty of time. Right. I'll be very surprised if this wide stripper actually does work. Oh, that's a bad start. That. Nope, that's not good at all. Right, where's the other one? There's my ones. Here we are. There we go. Let's choose a message. Nope. in that end there. Yeah, do it like that. Right, where's the box for this? I don't know exactly which one goes where. Right, applying power. Wiring nuclear. Okay. Okay, this doesn't need auxiliary. Good. Diagram shares the terminals. They are labeled A, B coils and C common. Why can't I read this? Which left right? I put in terminal C. This was right. So C is the middle one. Okay. C is the middle. C. I must admit, actually, this is actually quite a very good idea of Gauge Masters, actually, because this definitely saves a lot of time in soldering. Yep. Right, now, I'll go here. I'll cut a bit more than what I do need, because if anything does go wrong, and I need to make an alteration, then it's easy for me just to snip a bit off and then just extend it, just, reattach it. You know what? Let's see if I can get this camera over here a bit more, so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Oh yeah, that's my map of Sodor, by the way. Do you like it? Right. So there's a lot of stuff underneath here that I need shifting, including a bucket of all things. I don't know why there's a bucket there, but it just happens to be there. There we go. Comfortable. Right. That's secure. Yep. Next one. Keep forgetting that the wheels are not locked on this. That's the way around. Okay. It's just for this one here, I need to coil the wire around a bit though, but that's okay. Don't worry about that right now. Come on, work with me. That's why you're not working. Now you are working. Good. That's better. Right, so that goes there, that goes there. And then set this bit off here. Yeah, just noticed a couple of people now just starting to leave, so it's not really much to see right now, apart from just me chatting away here, or just working away here. I'd say this probably, would this count as a Modeller's Corner live stream? I know people are asking me, like, when are you going to bring back Modeller's Corner, but I don't know, I'm just not really quite in the mindset for doing Modeller's Corner stuff now. I mean, I was looking to do it last year, actually, but I lost all the stuff for it, actually. I made some special video stuff for the intros, but it all got lost in a computer crash. Much like the original animated version of Mediterranean Adventures, they all got lost in a computer crash, as they do. As these things do. Right, you know what, I'll wire up these here to this here, and then I'll attach the chocolate book onto this here, and then I'll just finish the stream, because to be honest, there isn't actually really a lot to show you guys, you know. So it's just basically just me connecting wires up. I'm sure that's great stuff for you to see on St. Patrick's Day. When some of you guys should be down the pub. Alright, that should be down. Yep. Put this thing here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I do wish season 4 of Days Ago would hurry up and get dubbed into English. I mean, it's really good to see what happens in the last series. As far as I know, that there is some good stuff happening in it, but I don't want to watch the French dub with the English subtitles just yet, because it'll just spoil it. I know there's a Discord server that actually does, that's dedicated to Mediterranean Adventures again. But even though there is a server for Mediterranean Adventures, there's one for Mysterious Seas of Gold, and the folks out there actually have, you can get access to the French dub with the English subtitles. Somebody actually went and translated the French dub. Well, I don't want to go on to it yet. I don't want to be able to join it though, because I don't want any spoilers. Oh, nuts. Yeah, which one's that for? Oh, that's that one. How'd that one come loose? Strange. get some pins to secure that down. Ding, 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 ding. That's one going to be tricky for the screwdriver to get to. Oh, maybe not. Check if there's any more messages. Yeah, just reading about your laptop crash there, SB. Yeah, it's a nightmare really when that happens. Yeah, because like I said, I did have an animated version of Miniature Railway Adventures made in 2014, and I had some of the character assets all drawn up, and I was doing several tests of it to see how it all looks, and some of it looked okay. If you look on the channel, not my one, the Miniature Railway Adventures channel, there is actually a test animation of the pilot, one of the scenes from it. But that was actually the last test for the Miniature Railway Adventures series before my laptop crashed, and I lost everything, like all the assets, the software, everything. And the software was very expensive as well at the time. Because I was still going through I was still having a student budget at the time, so I was like trying to make do with like trying to survive on £10 a week, or maybe can £10 last me a week or so in terms of food stuff still out there, but yeah, it wasn't that good really, to be honest, if I must be honest, but it was. Hang on a sec. Oh, you are numpty, Michael. You are numpty. Why did I touch these onto this one when they should be attached onto this one? Ah! Right. I was that busy talking, I was distracted. So, right, here we go. Try again. I was wondering why this not be cleaned. This spring maybe cleaned up again. Right, you go onto the other side of the board. Oh dear. Right, come on to the other side of the board until I need it. after I picked it up off the floor. But anyway, right, try again. You know what, I can actually could go for something to eat right now, but it's dinner time. I do have Cornish parsley I need to use up, so I might just have that. Do you know what, why not? I'll just stick on the microwave right now, it'll do me for a while. Sorry, I'm just saying, I'm just wanting to get something to eat, like to have something hot for lunch, because I didn't have any lunch today. And in fact, I didn't have my breakfast until about 2:30 or so. Right, now to create some loops. So let's see, I need one loop there, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I just need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the bit I don't enjoy when it comes to wiring. Let's do these loops. Oops. Not enough. Come on. Come on. Yep. That's that one. Who is messaging me? Oh, it's the Model Rotary Club. Sending a Happy St. Patrick's Day message. Let's reply back to them. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that some people are kind of disappointed that I didn't, that we never pursued on the Northwestern model railway layout, because it was going well for a while, and then we found out there was a fault with with operation wise. Plus the appearance of the layout didn't look all that good compared to what it was before, because it works better if it was if it was built within a room and it was built along a wall, but openly it just didn't. On open ground in the middle of the hall of the club room that we had reassembled in, it just didn't sit well for us. So we decided just to scrap it. I will do another version of Northwestern again at some point, but just not right now. I'm just still trying to get other stuff sorted out with this layout, the Miniature Adventures layout, and other things. Oh yeah, I didn't actually mention that I was going to build a layout. Yeah, that's going to be my next layout. After I do my my set for branch engines, I'm going to see about maybe building a layout for Miniature Adventures. In fact, I might just build it at home really. See if I'm getting that done. I'll probably build it in private because it's. I don't think any of the guys at the club are actually really getting a proper idea as to what I'm after. I don't know where Wally is. Wally, by the way, is my cat. You may notice in one of my videos that I had a video of May playing with a kitten, and this kitten came to our house by my dad. Really, my dad works as a farm inspector, and he was inspecting this one farm, and this guy was looking for homes for these kittens that this cat had, and so he took one of them home, a little ginger cat. So at the moment I wasn't really looking at cats, but my dad thought it'd be good company for me, and we tried it with the kids for a while, my niece and nephew, see if they'd be interested, but they seem to be a bit more rough with the cat, particularly my nephew. He kept scaring it. So, and plus my sister was allergic to cats, so she didn't want it in the house, so I ended up getting it. So he's called Wally. He was called Molly for a while, but then we found out he's a boy. And so he's called Wally because he made a right Wally of us for thinking that he was a girl. My mom often jokes saying that we have the world's first transgendered cat, which is kind of a funny saying, but maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he is. Good luck to him. Right. Just knees up. Little daisy chain. Yeah, Wally's not a bad cat actually. I might, if he's a bite, I might introduce you to him live, but he's not always that keen. He can be very inquisitive with things. But I tell you what, he does like he does like playing with trains. I will say this: he does like trains because I had a train going around my Christmas tree one year on the year that we got him. He was so fascinated by it that he actually derailed the train. Like he actually thought the train was a mouse, and so he just went just whacked it, and then he afterwards he destroyed the Christmas tree. You know, as all cats do. That's just my dad home. From the inspection. Right, let's see. I'll channel this wire through here. From this end of the board. Actually, there's a hole here already made, so I'll use that. Because that's very convenient. Don't get knotted. Oh, there's May outside. I would bring her in to see us, but she's not allowed in the house, in my house. So an important message from the club there. Let's just come up. I wonder if I can I get a chance to see it? Yeah, let's see. Just bear with me, guys, just 1 wee minute. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's see now. Where to go to? We'll just go. Oh, yeah. that's all how I want it to look. Now, just need to connect this wire here. That'll be the main feed wire, and I can then go directly to the switch. The switch box. Now, because I'm going to be operating 4 levers, or 4 signals, it's meant to be 5 signals here, but the other ones rigged up to be operated by 1s. Where's the lever box I have for that? I need to check and see how many signals I can operate. How many switches I can operate on this. Probably move it across to the other side of the room, actually. Oh yeah, there it is, right over there. Can I try it on my... Oh, it's on the other side as well. Right. Let's just move this across just a moment. I'm trying to get the leg over this. Oh. Right, let's see. Okay, so on the switch panel here, I can operate 6 switches. So, and I've got 4 pointers here, so I've got 2 spare switches here, which might be used for fiddly purposes or for isolating switches. So. There's a few isolation. I think there might be a few isolation tracks I might maybe include. I probably will have to get the isolation switches from Pico to put in there, and get those connected up. But then these 2 here will go for the signals. So I'll probably put that down. Put that down with me. You know what, I'll just quickly make up this course policy here real quick. Just so like I said, I'm currently really hungry right now. So excuse the sound of the microwave. Yep. Right. Ooh. That's cute there, that's cute there. Right. Now I need to see if this can connect up to this main box here. Which, down here. Right, so let me see. Have I got any screws that can connect that onto that? Yep. I do, and here they are. It's always so nice when these things are like well provided for you. They're not long enough. Bugger. These don't work. Fools. Of course, Frosty's nearly done as well, so. Hello, May. She's just staring at me through the window here. Hello, May. I would like to show you her on camera, but my car is literally facing the window as well. I don't want my license plate to be shown right as well. Privacy's sake, you know. Yes, I hear you. I hear you. You know what? I can just maybe microphone that in place actually, because it'll be quicker. Let's see. Where's the microphone? Here we are. And where is the spray for it? It's right there at my feet. Right, good. Let's see. There should be a good place for it. So good. Top of that. Bung it there. Get the spray. Spray. Wait a wee sec. Go away to remove access. And it's secure. Good. The wonders of miter adhesive. Now available at any DIY store. And if you can't find it at any DIY store, you're not looking hard enough. There was an idea for an advert I thought it'd be fun to do, where it was about, hang on, I'll tell me a sec here, just want to get this here picked up. Right, that goes to this one here, so yeah. Right. Yeah, there was an advert, there's an idea for an advert I wanted to do, where it features, it was going to be an advert for Pot Noodle, and it was going to feature an athlete who was like training for the Olympics, and he set up a like his own. He set up in a field, and on these fields are rows of fences. A couple of them are just standard wooden ones, and he starts running through them, and he starts leaping over them like with no trouble whatsoever. And he thinks, oh, this is going to be great. And he sees another fence. It's a barbed wire fence, and he goes, "Oh, I'm up for a challenge." He runs up for it. He just jumps over it, and he gets caught in the wire in a very bad place. And he just lands on the barbed wire in a very bad place. He goes, "Ah!" and it just freeze frames. And some representative guy will just walk on screen. And just goes, has this ever happened to you lately? Unlike this poor fellow, he went out training without his pot noodle, and it just says, like, pot noodle has all the great taste and so forth, blah 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 blah. They get you all up and going. And then it just says, now let's see what happens when this guy did this stunt when he did have his pot noodle. And it just rewinds back. He does all the leaps again over the fence. He jumps over the barbed wire fence again, and the same thing happens. And to which point, this cast was just saying, pot noodle, great taste, but doesn't make you jump fences. So there you go. Oh, right, I just got a notice here. My phone battery is about to die here. So, guys, I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to end the stream right now. But before I do, I promised I would show you guys something. This will be a new prop for Burnstone Engines. I promised I would show you guys. There's a brand new prop, which I'm kind of ready to show you guys. Now, do you remember last time, one time I showed you guys I was working on a large-scale version of Thomas for close-up shots? Well, I've got another one. Where do you see this one? Oh. Presenting the large-scale prop of Toby. Yes, handmade. This is Toby's close-up model that's being made for Burnstone Engines. There you go. That's your viewing of it. Those who stuck around the live stream long enough to see this, that's all you're getting. Right, guys, gotta head off now. I'll post some pictures of this here and of the finishing, and this will be hopefully ready to go for the show. Again, I will show some test videos of the seals working and see how they all look operating. Okay, guys, take care. I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks again for tuning into the live stream.